Now listen, I'm not saying his workout is bad. It's a great workout. What I'm saying is the information he's saying is lies, it's BS, it's nonsense. Coach Greg, and today's video is about Chris Heria. He's giving me a hernia, getting so mad watching his friggin' videos. More spews for more views. I'm so friggin' pissed off right now watching his friggin' video. The video's called Replace Treadmill with this 10-minute HIIT cardio workout. Okay, that title sounds okay for now. The title's okay. Wait till you see what he says about calories burned. I'm gonna shed some light on this, but in this video, you're gonna understand the BS is being spewed. You're gonna understand EPOC, calories burned during and after, the whole thing. Next time you see a Chris Heria video, you're gonna write in the comment section, stop with the nonsense, because you're gonna be educated. It's gonna take 10 minutes, that's it, 10 minutes. Are you ready?
But in general, using the treadmill at a speed of 2 to 3 miles per hour for 10 minutes is going to burn 35 to 40 calories. On the other hand, high intensity interval training or HIIT training, which can be done with no equipment, will burn 150 calories or more in the same amount of time.
That's about 4 times as much, isn't it? 4 times as much. Guess what you have to do to burn 4 times as many calories? You have to move 4 times as much distance. The weight being moved has to be 4 times greater or 4 times further. It's physics, people. It's called watts. How many watts you're putting out have to go from, say, 60 to 240 because it's 4 times as much. You have to go from grandma pace slow-ass cardio to Lance Armstrong Mr. Fitness cardio. Coach Greg, he can do 150 calories in 10 minutes. I'm a 200-pound bodybuilder that trains all the time. You think you can? If you're doing 2.5-mile-an-hour cardio on an incline on a flat, you aren't going to be capable of burning 150 calories in 10 minutes doing a bunch of Chris Heria sit-ups and planks. Let's be honest, you're not.
And HIIT training has an afterburn effect that's going to allow you to continue to burn extra calories throughout the day, even after you've finished your workout routine.
Do you know how ticked off I am that he brought up the afterburn effect and EPOC? I gotta educate you. EPOC, afterburn. How many calories you're burning after an exercise? He's like, oh, when you do HIIT cardio, you burn calories the rest of the day, probably overnight. Maybe till you die, the rest of your life you can burn calories because you did some exercise early in the day. Here's the friggin' truth. EPOC is greater when you do longer cardio at a hard speed. So let's give you Coach Greg's example. I went for a 2-hour bike ride, 70 kilometers, and it was at a pretty hard pace. Guess what? I burn a heck of a lot more calories in the afterburn than he does doing 10 minutes of HIIT. You guys think EPOC's only when you do HIIT. It's when you do steady state too. Oh, no one knew that. This is only Coach Greg, the only one that understands this stuff. You do steady state cardio for an hour at a moderately hard pace, you're going to have a much greater EPOC afterburn, all burning calories all day long, more than the HIIT cardio you did in 10 minutes that Chris Heria is suggesting that you do. And the longer you do it, the more it's going to be. And what exactly is it going to be? 6 to 15% is what studies say. 6 to 15%. Let's go with the 150 calories that he lies to you and says you're probably going to burn, which you're not. It's probably going to be half of that. But let's go with it. 6 to 15%, 150 is 9 to 22.5 calories. So let's go with the lower side. I mean, let's be honest, it's 10 minutes. So you're gonna probably burn 6% of the 150 calories that you're burning, so about 10 calories. You're really gonna base your exercise that you do based on burning 10 more calories later in the day? Consider the fact that if you actually increase the time that you did your cardio, you'd burn more than that 150 calories, and your EPOC would actually be higher without doing HIIT. Think of this, rather than walking on that flat doing grandma cardio, raise it to 15%. Then you're carrying your weight uphill. You in fact burn double the calories. And I'm not making that shit up. You know I don't lie to you. Double the calories. So if you're burning 40 calories walking like grandma on a flat, raise it to 15% and you're going to burn 80. Start at 1% and go harder than last time. Then go 2%. Maybe next month go to 3%, 3.1%. Just keep raising the thing. Over the next year or two, then maybe you're at 15%, and maybe in 3 years you're at 30%. Who knows? Maybe you burn more calories. But you're not gonna burn these calories that Chris is saying you're gonna do. Let's watch some more of this video.
Now each exercise will be going for 45 seconds straight with a 15-second break in between. This is gonna allow us to train high intensity for intervals of time, creating that afterburn effect.
What makes you think that having a rest interval of 15 seconds is enough to allow you to go super hard for 45? When I go super hard for 45 seconds, I need 5 minutes to recover from that. 45 seconds hard, 15 seconds of rest? No, maybe 15 seconds hard and 45 rest, but guess what? None of the people that are doing cardio at grandma pace, walking 2.5 miles an hour in a flat, are capable of going super high intensity for 45 seconds with 15 seconds of rest and repeating that for 10 sets. Are you kidding me, Chris? You know better than that. Stop lying to the people.
So go at your own pace. Don't focus on how many you're doing, just focus on how well you're doing them. And if you're feeling fatigued or you feel like you need to stop at any moment, the best thing to do is to try to slow down and go as slow as possible.
Well, that's great advice, but is that really gonna burn 150 calories in 10 minutes if you're going as slow as possible? You're lying to people. Why didn't you just start the video and say, hey, put the incline on the treadmill up a bit and you'll burn more calories?
And because we had high intensity interval training, we're gonna continue to burn additional calories throughout the day, even after we finish working out.
I'm so sick and tired of having to explain the same thing over and over again. I thought I dispelled this myth. The EPOC afterburn. I used to put it in all my videos. I probably have 50 videos talking about this. Start watching actual educational information. I'm not the only YouTuber. You all know Jeff Nippard. Jeff Nippard talk about EPOC. He's written about this. I'm not the only one. Start following people that actually know what they're talking about. So let's start with high knee runs, because yeah, everybody who walks 2.5 miles an hour slowly on a treadmill can clearly do high knee runs. You're trying to tell me that people that are walking like Grandma Josephine on a treadmill are gonna go 45 seconds like this, go like crazy back and forth? No, they're not gonna be able to do it. They're not. You're misleading them thinking, oh, as long as I do this work, I'll burn 150 calories. They are not. Then he's doing mountain climbers. You're kidding me. People can't do this. Oh, you're saying I can. Those of you who can actually do this at the intensity required to burn 150 calories, you're not the type of person doing 10 minutes of a slow walk on a treadmill. You're probably the type of person that's sprinting up a friggin' incline when you do your cardio. He's saying, oh, just go at your own pace, go slowly, and all that stuff. That's great, but don't lie and suggest they might burn 150 calories. They are not. More chance, and I'm being honest, they're probably gonna burn more calories on the treadmill than doing this. Let's be honest, you're doing 45 seconds of a movement, but you're not really traveling very far now, are you? 45 seconds of walking quickly, that's gonna burn a lot more calories than 45 seconds being stationary and moving around a little bit. And then you're taking a 15-second break, not burning a lot of calories during that break now, are you? Versus the steady state cardio where you're continuously moving the entire time, burning calories.
I always say this, but it's super important. Make sure you're regulating your breathing. Breathing in through your nose, then out through your mouth.
In through the nose and out through the mouth. Yeah, it's so important. Guess what? I do all my cardio like this. In through the mouth, out through the mouth. My nose is too narrow a passageway. You don't need to regulate your breathing. Chances are your body's not going to forget to breathe. Nope, it's got a very good regulatory system in place. It makes sure you breathe no matter what. You're not going to forget to breathe, pass out and die. Oh, I forgot to breathe up that hill when I was riding on my bicycle. Nope, you don't need to regulate your breathing. In through the nose, out through... No! They told me that when I was 7. That's what the phys ed teacher said when I was 7. It's not true. You don't need to do that.
Slow and controlled. 4 seconds in, 5 seconds out.
Does that sound like high intensity interval training, HIIT cardio to you when you can breathe slowly in and out? That is HIIT cardio. You can hardly control the breathing. You can hardly breathe. You're suffocating yourself. You can't talk because it's so hard. That's HIIT cardio. If you can talk, carry conversation, and regulate your breathing slowly in and out, that ain't HIIT cardio. That is, in fact, steady state being disguised as HIIT cardio. It's actually SIT. Slow intensity interval training. I'm gonna go slow, and I'm gonna go slower. That's what it's like if you're able to breathe easily the entire exercise. You shouldn't be able to talk. You shouldn't be able to control breathing. You should be thinking, how long before this interval's over? It is so hard, I need it to be over. That's HIIT cardio.
Now the next exercise we're gonna go into is gonna be Russian twist. So let's go ahead and take a seat.
I don't care if it's Canadian, USA, Mexico, Spain, Ibiza, friggin' Russia. It doesn't matter what country you're from. You can do this. And regardless of the country you're from, it's not burning many calories because it's not a heavy object moving around through space. You're stationary and twisting. Twisting doesn't burn a lot of calories. And you do some push-ups. Is that gonna burn a lot of calories? No, you burn more calories going for a walk than you do doing push-ups. And when you sit down and don't move and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth to regulate breathing, which you don't need to do, is that burning a lot of calories? No, walking burns a lot more calories than regulating your breathing while breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. It doesn't burn many calories.
2, 1. Whew, I'm already dripping in sweat.
Well, it could be because the temperature's up, but yeah, sweat. It doesn't mean you're getting a great workout. No, it doesn't. I'm dripping in sweat now, and I'm just standing here going like this. Doing this doesn't actually burn a lot of calories. It doesn't. Walking around the house slowly would burn more calories than screaming and shouting into the camera. And good old jumping jacks, going back down to when we're in grade primary. I think it should be called jumping jacks, jills, or circles. Why must we say jack? Why can't we be gender neutral? Jumping jacks, jills, and circles. Jumping circles. I actually think I made this joke in the past already.
There we go, already drenched in sweat in just 10 minutes. Burning way more calories than the treadmill and simultaneously building muscle. And because we had high intensity interval training, we're gonna continue to burn additional calories throughout the day.
So he concludes the video by saying, hey, we just burnt way more calories than we would have on the treadmill. But it's not actually true because you can make the treadmill harder. You can walk faster. You can put up the incline to a higher degree and therefore burn more calories. You don't have to exercise at Grandma Josephine level. You can, and if you are Grandma Josephine, then by all means, go as slow as you need to. But don't think the treadmill is a bad form of cardio. It's going to burn calories. And it's not just burning calories during the day, just like he said with EPOC and the afterburn. Yes, steady state cardio, especially if you go at a harder pace, you know, moderate pace, the kind of pace you should go at, not just some slow Grandma Josephine cardio. It burns calories in EPOC. The afterburn effect applies to people doing steady state cardio. You really want to burn some calories and make a difference? Do you? Do you really want to? Then stop thinking you can do it in 10 minutes. Stop it. Stop being a moron. Stop being a lazy person. 10 minutes. Come on. You only have 10 minutes to dedicate to making you a healthier you. That all you can do? Is that all your life's worth to you? 10 minutes. I'm willing to do 10 minutes. You're trying to do the least amount possible to get the biggest reward. So Chris Heria is saying, do HIIT cardio. Do these sit-ups and jumps and burpees and jumping jacks and stuff and the twists. And you're going to burn 3 or more times the calories you're doing on a treadmill, which is a lie. It's not actually true. And you're trying to take the easy way out. The other person could say, I'm going to dedicate 20 minutes. I'm going to go a steady state, moderate pace. 20 minutes at a moderate pace is burning more calories than 10 minutes of HIIT for everyone. Everyone. All of you. So put in the 20 minutes. Don't take the shortcut and put in 10, because guess what? The shortcut isn't actually a shortcut. And the afterburn calories, yeah, you burn 10 more. But guess what? You're going to burn 10 more on the 20-minute cardio. The same thing, or more even. And better still, do 30 minutes. Do an hour. You get the point. Stop taking the easy way out. There is no easy way out. Well, other than buying my freaking cookbook, that does help. It's a lot easier. Sorry, it's just being honest. Buy my freaking cookbook. You'll have delicious recipes. It'll be easier to lose weight because you'll be in a deficit. A deficit is how you actually lose weight. Doing this 10 minutes, yeah, I'll probably burn 80 calories. Maybe 80. 80. How many bites of a pickle pizza is it to get 80 calories? Probably less than one. So you can do Chris Heria's workout and have one bite of pickle pizza. It's not burning enough calories to make a big difference. You need to do more. Enough is not enough until enough is enough. And 10 minutes is not a freaking enough. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IP Pro. Blew put up 2 videos. Be sure to watch them. And until next time, I am out. Maybe I should regulate my breathing. Come back down here. No, didn't help me burn many more calories now, did it?